Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. Coming up on The Zone Extra, it's another week full of great high school sports action in Central Indiana. Tonight in the Coach's Corner, meet the man who has been leading Cathedral girls soccer for a quarter century. Plus, our athlete of the week is proving doubters wrong.
I was told I was too little. I was told I couldn't do it. I was told I wasn't disciplined enough to lead the team. But as I got older, I matured.
Ring the bell. The Zone Extra starts right now.
Hi, everybody. Good evening to you, and welcome to the Zone Extra tonight. I'm Anthony Calhoun. Plenty of great regular season high school sports action to get to this week across Central Indiana. Plus, the first postseason action begins tomorrow, believe it or not, in girls golf. In our Coach's Corner, his team has a state runner-up last year and is once again a championship contender. Cathedral girls soccer coach Mark Behringer joins us tonight in studio. Plus, our athlete of the week is coming off a game in which he accounted for 5 touchdowns. Charlie Clifford introduced us to Warren Central's Prince Powell. Also, you won't want to miss our top play of the week, courtesy of the Roncalli Royals. And we'll tell you how you can be a part of the future show. Now, let's take a look at this week in high school sports. What a night, Friday, for high school football across Central Indiana with conference showdowns and great rivalries. At Fishers, it was a great atmosphere as Tigers host Hamilton Southeastern. And this edition of the Mudslide game goes to the Royals. HSC remains unbeaten and wins it 42-13. Meanwhile, they face Westfield coming up tomorrow night. And speaking of the Rocks, Coach Jake Gilbert's team has won 3 straight. They pick up a big Hoosier Crossroads Conference win last week over Noblesville. 5A, number 1, Cathedral keeps rolling along, folks. The Irish moved to 4-0 this season with a 24-point victory over Bishop Chatard. And in the mix, this 4th down touchdown pass from Jawan Swanson to Brady Simmons gives Ben Davis a lead over top-ranked Center Grove. But the Trojans respond with a strong second half and remain perfect on the year with a 45-21 win. And at Avon, the B&O Rotary Bell was on the line as the Orioles hosted Brownsburg. This one was all Bulldogs as Coach John Hart's team gets the win on a rivalry night, 38-17, the final.
One, I was really proud. Anytime you come out with a win versus Avon, Coach Bless, there's nobody I respect more in the game of football than him and their programs. Our halftime adjustments on defense, our kids listened and our coaches coached, and I thought we made some good adjustments at that time.
All right, meanwhile, Brebeuf hosted Guerin Catholic Friday night, and the Braves put in another strong performance, folks, racing to a 35-0 halftime lead. Brebeuf would go on to win it 42-14. After the game, head coach Matt Getsby joined us live on The Zone for FaceTime Friday and told us he was proud of the total team effort.
Our kids were really dialed in all week, and they were ready tonight. I mean, we executed in all 3 phases. Our defense was absolutely lights out. Our special teams has been really great all year, honestly, and tonight was no exception. And we got our starting quarterback back tonight, and offense really started to click. So it was definitely fun in all 3 phases tonight.
All right, meanwhile, let's take a look at the top 5 in this week's Class 3A rankings. There's Brebeuf right there, number 1 team in the state. How about that? West Lafayette, number 2. Tri-West coming in 3. Gibson Southern down there on the south side, if you will, of Indiana, down there 4th ranked. And you see Danville rounding out the top 5 there in Class 3A high school football rankings. Okay, meanwhile, in volleyball, we are about 2.5 weeks away from, get this, the sectional draw. But before we get to the postseason, there's still plenty of great matches to be found here in Central Indiana. Monday night feature a good one too at Roncalli as the Royals hosted Mount Vernon. The team split the first 2 sets, but a strong 25-12 win in the third gives Roncalli the lead. Now, the Royals go on to finish it off 25-21 in the 4th set to earn the victory. Roncalli would fall to Brebeuf on Tuesday night. However, the Royals are still an impressive 17-3 on the season. And it's hard to believe we are already gearing up, for the first postseason action of the fall. The girls golf begins sectional play coming up tomorrow. Defending team champion Evansville North enters the postseason ranked #1 in the state, followed closely by several Central Indiana teams, including Westfield, Carmel, and Center Grove. Good luck to all the golfers as they chase a state championship coming up for those ladies. All right, moving to the hard courts now. We are less than 2 weeks away from the start of sectional play across the state in boys tennis. Carmel is the five-time defending team state champion. And the Hounds are once again ranked #1 in the state. Coach Brian Hannan's squad owns victories over each of the other teams ranked in the top 6 in this week's state rankings, as well as a title in the prestigious John Shirley Invitational. Next up for the Hounds is the MIC Championship, which gets underway this evening. It's an event the team is certainly looking forward to.
We're excited. I mean, the MIC is always, it's one of the tougher ones, and we always want to win it. We've won it the last 5 years, I think, so we're just going to try to do the same thing.
I feel like we're really improving out there, and we're really looking forward to the MIC, because I would say that's probably equivalent maybe in a state championship. That's really a big deal.
It'd be amazing. Being a part of this team for 4 years has been a heck of an experience. Ever since freshman year, we've had some great leaders come and go, and I'm just proud to be a senior on this team, and just to be a part of a potential 6th straight run. That'd be an amazing achievement.
All right, we'll see what the Greyhounds can do this year. Once again, time for a break, but we have much more coming your way tonight here on the Zone Extra. Glad you're with us. Up next is the Coach's Corner. His Irish are looking to make another deep postseason run. Next month, Cathedral's girls soccer coach Mark Beringer is in studio today. And still ahead, last week he accounted for 5 touchdowns, and has helped his team to 3 consecutive wins on the gridiron. We'll introduce you to our athlete of the week from Warren Central is on the way.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. The Coach's Corner, presented by Junk King.
All right, we're back here on the Zone Extra. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. Time now for our Coach's Corner. Last year, his team reached the Class 2A state finals, losing a heartbreaking championship match on penalties. This season, the Irish are once again one of the teams to watch as we draw closer to the state tournament. Welcome to the Zone Extra, everybody. Cathedral High School girls coach, we're talking to Mark Beringer here tonight. And thank you so much for joining us, Coach. And I know it is a busy time of year for you and your girls' soccer team right now. First things first, you got to feel good and know where we were this time last year, even just hoping you can have a season, but now getting a chance to play, it's got to make you feel good.
Absolutely. The whole COVID episode is far from over, but we have really been able to enjoy the season a lot better, as you say. Last year, we were never sure that we were going to be able to play past the game that we were actually playing in. In fact, I told the girls at some point that, at halftime of a game, somebody may walk up and say, this game's over.
That's right.
Everybody's going home.
Yeah, but what a difference a year can make. And so now your soccer team right now, tell us a little bit about your team. What do you like about the ladies right now?
Wow, there's a lot to like about this particular group. It starts really with the seniors. It's tough from year to year. Last year, we graduated double-digit seniors. And so trying to put a team together in what we like to call a family is difficult. You got a lot of new kids coming into the program. Our top 20 players, half of them are freshmen and sophomores. So the seniors have just done a great job of making sure that everybody is cranked up and given what they've got.
Last year got to the championship match. How much is that motivating your ladies right now to try to return there? I mean, I'm sure they talk about how, hey, let's get back to where we were last year, right?
They do. They've been talking about it since they finished grieving what went down last year at the end of the season. So we've always got the sights set high. The players are always setting them high like that, and we just tell them to keep working.
Well, special group you have here. I know you were talking to me a little bit about that off camera before we came on here tonight. What is so unique about this year's team, would you say? Not just early on the field, but also off it as well.
Well, at Cathedral, we're a Catholic school, we're a Holy Cross school, and we've got core values that we espouse. And so the three that we're about in our soccer program are family. I kind of touched on that a little bit ago. Relationships are what it's all about. Integrity and excellence. So this group in particular, the level of integrity, I've never had a team in all my years coaching that's been able to translate what we do in a training session into the very next match that we play. Wow. And so they're wholly invested. They're in it, and so they're going to leave a fantastic legacy.
All right, so 1996, you've been the coach since then
I
at Cathedral. That is amazing. What has kept you there? What has inspired you to continue to come back and invest in these young ladies' lives?
You know, honestly, it has, like I said, all to do with relationships, but the thing that I like the most, the thing that I look forward to the most, is watching the players be successful and celebrate their success. Sometimes that translates into championships, and that can be winning matches, but even just putting together a team that by the end of the season really loves each other to the point where when it comes to an end, whether you win the whole thing or not, the younger players are really tearful because they're not going to get to play with that group of seniors anymore. Just watching that joy, Anthony, is really what it's all about for me.
I love it. We're going to take a look at some of the rankings right now in the state of Indiana when it comes to the girls' soccer here. And you see 2A there. You guys find yourself right there, the third best team right now in the rankings. Evansville Memorial from my hometown there, the number one there. It seems like they always have a great soccer program. As you get ready to move into the postseason, what has been your message to your ladies right now as they continue to gear up and get ready to, you win, you advance, you lose, the season's over?
We really are focused on trying to get better each time we train, each time we have a match. We haven't run out of things to focus on. And we just keep telling the ladies if they can keep taking a step at a time, by the end of the season, that excellence that we're after, that being the best version of ourselves, whether that's as an individual or collectively as a team, that they've got a real shot at that. And if we put all those things together, soccer's a strange game, but a lot of times that leads to really good things.
Yeah, and take a look at some of the key dates coming your way for your team as well. The last question, we'll let you get out of here on this. You've been around it for so long. How much has it evolved and changed in the time, of the interests of young ladies wanting to get involved with soccer and how the sport has grown greatly, right?
It's amazing. The number of competitive teams in the high schools in Indiana is just grown exponentially. I think as the coaching has gotten better and better, the organization of the teams has gotten better and better. You just can't score goals as easily as we used to be able to. The defenses are really good now. And so goals are at a premium. And that's, I think, probably the number one thing.
All right, well, thank you so much, Coach, for joining us here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
And all the best to you guys. You try to make a run and get back to state again, okay?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
We're going to take a timeout. Say here tonight on the Zone Extra is our athlete of the week. One of the top high school quarterback gigs in the state finds an unlikely leader. Up next, our Charlie Clifford chronicles this special journey on the east side of Indianapolis. Plus, we reveal our play of the week. That's coming up next. Come on back.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
We're back here on the Zone Extra. This season around Central Indiana, one of the most intriguing high school football programs hails from the east side of Indianapolis. They are no strangers to the spotlight, but according to our Charlie Clifford tonight, their new quarterback is playing with an underdog mentality.
At 6 feet tall and 180 pounds, Warren Central isn't leaning on a physically imposing quarterback this fall, but internally, a Warrior stands out on Friday nights.
Grew and just worked hard every day in the weight room. I was out here, my freshman to sophomore year, I was out here every day, nonstop working.
Prince is a returning starter, threw for over 1,000 yards, rushed for 400 yards. He's the leader, he's the catalyst on the offense, and we're excited to see what they can do.
What did Prince Powell do this past week? 5 total touchdowns in Warren Central's rout of rival Lawrence Central. And after the best performance of his career, this heartfelt thank you.
My mama was really there all my life, and that's what pushed me to be where I am now. And my thing is, never let somebody tell you can't do something, because you can always do it. I was told I was too little. I was told I couldn't do it. I was told I wasn't like disciplined enough to lead a team, but as I got older, I matured.
Powell's pride, the underdog mentality, cemented by mom.
She just works a 9-to-5 job every day for me and my family to just live in a stable home, and that's what I want to do one day. I want to go to the NFL and pay out all my dues back to my mother, because that right there mean everything in my heart if I could just give it back to my mom.
A leader on the east side, leaving doubters on the sidelines. Charlie Clifford, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
All right, Charlie, thanks a lot. Okay, time for a break, but much more ahead here tonight on the Zone Extra, including Ask the Commissioner with Paul Neidig. Plus, we get you ready for another great football night on the Zone coming up.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here to the Zone Extra. Now it's time for the Ask the Commissioner. Each week we take one of your questions to IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig and bring you his answer. Here is the question this week. With the recent NCAA decision on name, image, and likeness, has the IHSAA had conversations about how that will affect things at the high school level?
We have. We've talked a lot about name, likeness, and image, and certainly understand what the NCAA has done. And a lot of student athletes collegiately have taken advantage of that. But, you know, in our world, we're still worried about the amateur status of student athletes, and we want to make sure that we're focused on achieving that high school diploma first. And when we start putting profit for athletic participation at the high school level, the focus off that high school diploma starts to leave, and we want to make sure that the students are focused on that first degree, and that's that high school diploma. And I just don't believe that name, likeness, and image fits into that high school model.
Always great to hear from the Commissioner. Hey, don't forget, here's how you can submit questions to the Commissioner. Just send us a tweet using the hashtags the Zone Extra and Ask the Commish, and your question could be used on a future show. You know, one of my favorite parts of covering high school sports is the passion of both the players and the fans for the high school spirit we see, and it's incredible everywhere we go. And each fall, we award the prestigious Zone banner to the school with the best spirit. This is what the students are competing for. The Zone Championship banner presented by Crew Car Wash. We are giving this huge banner to the school that is in the zone and has the best school spirit. Which high school is going to be the 2021 champs and claim this undisputed top spirit award and banner to hang up at your school at the end of the season? We're going to find out coming up in November. Should be a lot of fun. Now, let's take a look at our play of the week from Saturday. Roncalli girls soccer facing Covenant Christian. Check out this shot from distance from Aaron Riley. What a goal. Let's see that again. Roncalli would win the match 4-0. Our crews out covering high school sports see a lot of great action, but we want to see your best plays every week too. Your video could be featured on an upcoming Zone Extra show for you right here on Wish TV. Here's what you gotta do: tweet us the video of a great play from a high school sporting event, and you could possibly be a part of the show coming up right here on Wish TV. And Mighty TV Channel 23 is your local home for high school sports. Coming up tomorrow night, one of the state's great rivalries gets renewed. A 7th-ranked Warren Central heads west side, facing number 10 Ben Davis. That showdown coming your way, Mighty TV Channel 23, coming up tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And it's a big night of high school football across Central Indiana as well. Charlie Clifford hosts our Zone Tailgate live from HSC. The Royals host Westfield. Plus, we have some great games coming your way. 22, that's right, games coming up on the Zone at 11:08 tomorrow night. Here's a look at some of those matchups we'll have for you. Lawrence North at Carmel. Zionsville taking on Noblesville. Decatur Central against Mooresville. Fishers against Brownsburg. Roncalli and Guerin Catholic. That should be a good one as well. Don't forget to check it out. 11:08 right here on Wish TV for the Zone, Week 5 of the high school football season. All right, folks, that's going to do it for the Zone Extra tonight. I'm Anthony Calhoun. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, we're back here next Thursday for a brand new edition of the Zone Extra. Have a good night, everybody.